So what do you think the big mistakes are that, IT leaders have when I see a lot of them, they'll buy half dozen companies and they'll be like, well, we're going to hold off on doing the consolidation. And, what we see is, fractured decision making. Obviously, they lack the synergistic, but they also lack consolidated data that leads to this whole transformation and disruption. So that phase gets pushed maybe indefinitely, right? If you don't consolidate your data, at least you've got no starting point for that. Yeah. And then they also tend to have high operational costs because they have a lot of one-off solutions. So they don't grab that synergy. They just stall out, and the deal thesis often stalls out. What is it? How did you guys avoid that? And what's in there? It's not an easy thing to put your finger on.
So I was, as you know, I was just out of Black Hat in Las Vegas with some of your folks, even Chris and Jeff and
were they behaving?
Chris and Ryan behaved. We probably should talk about Jeff.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. But no, it was a great trip. Chris did a wonderful job presenting to the portfolio companies.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. I forgot about that.
But I actually had dinner with one of the portfolio company.
Did he do that with Leonard Green?
He did. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Thank you for letting him do that.
Yeah.
That's nice.
It was a wonderful presentation. I think they gave the audience a lot to think about.
Yeah.
But I was talking to someone else from another organization that has a similar mindset as we do with acquisitions, not a Leonard Green and Partner portfolio company, but he's new to the role. He was onboarded as the CISO about 6 months ago, and he was lamenting about all of the fragmentation and the disparate systems and the heterogeneous technology ecosystem. You can't get to this place called optimization and disruption,
which is phase 2 for you.
Yes.
Yep.
When you have that, because
that's right.
Just talk about data normalization. Can you with rubber bands and paper clips get to the end result of a comparison of metrics? Yes, you can, but there's a lot more sweat equity that goes into that for a long time versus initially by moving people to the same platforms. And I'm not saying you have to do that with every business unit or every functional area.
Right.
But those areas that create and enrich your customer data and financials are pretty important to look at in a very homogeneous way, to do some comparisons. Plus, it doesn't allow you, or it makes it a lot more difficult to execute on this idea of best practices, right?
Yes.
Impossible. Assuming that your acquired companies are in the same business, HVAC, plumbing, electrical, you want a relative view of comparison of how we're doing, and you want to see who's doing X really, really well, and ask the question, why are they doing that so well? Why are their results so much greater than the others? Oh, because this is a best practice that they've implemented, and that's the catalyst to the better results. And then you want to be able to offer that best practice to the other brands, the other locations, to adopt.
Yeah.
We're seeing that now with some of our newer acquisitions.
That's right. Because they're in those early phases of stabilization and now optimization, even though the entire organization is.
Yeah, everyone's kind of in a different piece of the life cycle.
Yeah.